Hello!
Hey, hey, hey!
I'm Lauren Francesca.
I'm Brad Grunberg.
And you're watching
How to Start! Yay! What are we starting with today?
We're starting with my friends.
Hi, I'm Kaila, and I run the social media influencers Facebook group.
But you're also an influencer yourself. So did you start the Facebook group before you grew your Instagram and your Facebook page, or how did it all start?
I started it, I think, midway through. I started working with influencers many years ago while I was producing different events with brands. And then I started, seeing what other people were doing and growing my influence along the way. So kind of happened a little later.
Oh, wow, that's so cool. So you started the group, and then the group kind of trickled into your own success. And now you do, we were talking last week, she got her whole trip paid for to go. Did you go to, was it Bali? I forget where you said.
Peru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, but I got
great.
altitude sickness so bad. It was oh my God. I never knew that it was such a painful experience to get altitude sickness. We were staying at this hotel, and luckily they had a paramedic on call.
Oh my God.
To give you oxygen. And it was free. It was concluded with the hotel because the altitude sickness is really common.
You're not the
in Cusco.
first that happened to. Right.
I called that guy 3 times.
Oh,
I
wow.
called him at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Wow. How high? How high was that?
I think it was 10,000 feet above sea level.
Wow.
I think it might be higher. But, I never get sick when I travel. I don't get food poisoning. And I was like, I wasn't worried about altitude sickness at all. But
Wow. I didn't even know that was a thing.
it
I'm
floored
scared.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, I have to look it up now when I get home.
Yeah. I'm I don't even want to go anywhere that's high altitude anymore.
Right, no more.
Yeah, no more Nepal. That was on my list. No more.
So you have this huge Facebook group. It's over 400 or 500,000 people, right?
No, that's my Facebook page, but the
Oh.
group has 8,000 people.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of people for the group.
Influencers specifically.
And how did you get all of those influencers to join?
Well,
Can I ask you a question before?
Sure.
For our audience, can you tell us what exactly the definition of an influencer is?
Yeah, so an influencer is kind of a new term that came up probably within the last 5 years, mostly over, I think, the growth of Instagram and YouTube. So basically, an influencer is someone who has influence. So they have a following where if they talk about something, their following is passionate about, them as a fashion guru or a beauty guru, and they can influence that fan base to shop, basically. That's why the brands want to collaborate with these influencers. Yeah.
And of course, direct them to their brand, and that's where you would make money.
Yeah, but I guess a true influencer isn't overly salesy. So they're, promoting a lifestyle. So they're curating a lifestyle, whether that is travel or fashion, that is aspirational. So that's why their followers follow them, not because they're promoting this brand and that. That you kind of throw in organically as you can.
I see. I'm sorry, back to you asked a question. I just wanted to know exactly what an influencer is.
Yeah, not everybody knows, actually.
Yeah. Yes, now I know. Thank you.
So what are the requirements to join your group?
So we just require, it's interesting because brands nowadays want to work with micro influencers also. At the beginning, brands just wanted to work with influencers with really large followings. But sometimes when influencers have really large followings, their following gets kind of dispersed. Whereas in someone who only has 2,000 followers, it could be highly, highly focused. And that influencer can have even more influence than a large influencer. So to get back to your question, we just require that they have what looks like a quality feed. And yeah.
Do you check everybody's feed who asks to join? Because that's a lot of people to check.
Yeah, I have a couple moderators. So yeah. And then we invite brands to join also, but one thing we don't allow is affiliate-only posts, which a lot of brands are trying to do, which is I think
for free.
Ah, there we go.
And kind of, salesy, overly salesy.
Now, if I bet you a lot of people ask your advice, what do you tell people that they should charge? Or if they're a brand, what should you pay somebody who's an influencer to do a branded post?
Well, the most important thing is, I think, don't just look at the overall numbers. The engagement's really important. So if someone has 10,000 followers, but they only have 100 likes, that's a pretty low engagement, and their audience isn't necessarily that into whatever they're posting. So, I mean, the whole industry is so new. Prices are wildly, there is no standard of like X amount of followers. I would just say when I work with brands, we usually do like a fully integrated campaign. So what that consists of is like not just an Instagram post, but we'll also create video content, and we'll also have it on the blog, and then do a giveaway, and everything's like packaged in a way to promote each other, like the social media post promotes the blog post, etc.
Like Maddox said, you want to not just laser focus on something, you spread it out, right? So
Yeah.
that you kind of hit everybody at one time.
Because when you post an Instagram photo, what percentage of your audience actually sees it? The
Right.
algorithm is driving everyone crazy.
Right.
So you should try to hit from a different platforms, so more of your audience can see what you're posting.
Smart.
When you first made your group, did you share it everywhere? How did it like start just snowballing?
Well, I already had that large influencer group who were attending my different events. So I seeded it out to them, and that really helped. And then those influencers saw that brands were coming in there offering legitimate deals. So then all the members are able to add people. So that's kind of just sharing. Yeah.
Actually, Caitlin told me about your group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Caitlin told me about that's how I.
Caitlyn Jenner?
No.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's,
Yeah, well, in beauty, no, it's she now. Yeah.
Long-time member.
Yeah, that's right.
Ghost member.
Ghost
So,
member.
yeah.
It was Bruce. Now it's Caitlyn.
Yeah.
Same person. Okay.
But yeah, that's a mega influencer, I guess, celebrity.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. I'm sorry. I wanted to ask. Oh, go ahead. I want to ask her the question that we ask everybody. Before you started all of this, what was your first job ever in your life?
My first job ever was at the mall, working at like
Forever 21?
No,
Oh, okay.
a Panda Express-like place.
Oh, I
but
love it.
not even Panda Express. It was like an off-brand Chinese thing.
Okay.
And then I was a sample girl. Like, do you want some orange chicken?
So you stood outside in the mall and you sampled chicken and you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have any great story? Can you give us one story from that? I love these stories.
I don't know if I have any amazing stories, but I actually loved working there because we got to eat as much of everything, and then I got to go back to the different cooks, and they'd make me their little special concoctions that are off menu.
Did any guys hit on you when you were giving out because you were very beautiful?
There weren't a lot.
Oh, really? At that mall?
I don't
Which
remember.
mall was it? Which mall?
The Montclair Plaza.
Not Montclair Plaza.
Wait, you know the Montclair Plaza?
Yeah, I do.
You really do?
Not really, but I just wanted to.
Not the Montclair
That's
Plaza.
so cool. That's great. That's a great first job. So you really engage with people, and you put a pretty girl out there to get people to come in with the orange chicken. I love that. That's great.
Yeah,
Everybody's got to start somewhere, right?
Kind of a mindless job.
No.
What made you start being an influencer? Get into.
Well, I'm from the MySpace.
Oh, wow.
So I just saw a lot of my friends those days starting clothing lines. I was going to say, what's the opposite of fast? Rewind.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I used to be in a band with Kiki, who you've met before.
Yeah.
My partner that I do all the things with. We were in an all-girl band, so we kind of built some influence through that.
What was the band called?
It was called Nylon Pink, which is actually just the name of our blog now. We quit the band completely and just transitioned it more into a lifestyle brand.
How long was the band together?
Band was together like 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a
Are we
long time.
ever going to get the band back together? For
Never.
one more?
Oh my God, it's so hard to make money in music.
That's true,
Like
yeah.
in this day and age.
Only on tour they make all the money, right? That's the big thing.
And it's still really tough if you're not at the Lady Gaga level. Like we toured quite extensively. We have 5 members. So imagine splitting it, 5 members, manager, sound guy.
Like the Go-Go's. You're too young. You don't know what the Go-Go's.
No,
Oh,
I've heard of them. But yes, very much like them. Very much like them.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And another question, because I know we're talking about the Facebook groups and setting up the Facebook groups. You have like a really pretty banner and your picture. Do you have any tips for how to stylize the layout of the pages?
Yeah, and I could work even more on the branding, but I would just say the basics, like choose some colors, maybe 2. Don't get too crazy. I see people get really crazy with the fonts, like 5 different fonts in a banner or something. You know, choose your like font for your entire brand or the Facebook group and a couple colors, and then just keep it cohesive as possible. That's probably the best way to do it.
Let me ask you both something. You're both in fashion in the know. When you see a guy like, I would say myself, who get manicure,
Oh, you get
pedi.
manicures.
I get mani pedis.
Your nails look really
Is that
nice,
close?
so
Had
I'm
it done
going to.
yesterday. Is that a turn on when you see a guy take care of his nails?
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Nobody wants like yucky feet.
Right.
You know what I
It's
mean?
a prelude
Yeah.
to know he takes care of his hands and feet, and everything else is clean, right? I mean,
Yeah,
right?
it's
But
the same as what a guy looks at like
as a
pedicure
woman,
and
then
toes
see,
too.
yeah, right, you have yucky toes, yuck, yuck, yuck.
Yuck.
Okay, so that's good. I keep it. I've been doing it for forever. So
Yeah, have you been to the guys only manicure? I just saw it open
no,
in West
I
Hollywood.
go to Long 7 Nails on Robertson. He's my man.
You
But I
got a
saw
guy.
the all guy place. Yeah, but I got my guy. You know,
Okay,
my
you-
buddy
yeah.
Long. I mean, come on. You know Long. You know Long. Yeah, he's the greatest.
I love that you have a guy.
Gotta have a guy.
Now, you also do, we've talked about the Facebook group, you also do these amazing conventions. How was it to set up a beauty convention? Did it take a long time? Like,
Yeah.
how did you do that?
Wow.
Well, I was lucky enough to partner with, I do PR marketing also for this company called Lights and Sounds. And they throw like the K-Town Night Market, they do anime, they do like a whole host of events. So they've been doing the Asian American Expo for 35 years. So they're really interested in bringing beauty into that convention. So basically, I just took over a hall at that event. And yeah, there's a lot of logistics. I actually have a girl who handles like permits and
Oh, wow.
measuring
Oh,
out
yeah.
tables and like, because I'm really bad with that kind of stuff, the technicalities. I mostly work on booking the vendors and influencers and trying to make the event an experience.
It was amazing. I went to her event. I got all this free makeup
Oh,
and
yeah.
hair stuff and perfume. It was so cool. So you do all that too. Do you contact all those brands?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that, and that's just that one event? You do many events over the year?
Yeah,
Or-
I actually work with, well, that BlushCon event is just once a year.
Okay.
But I work with that company with all their different events, and they do a lot of food events. They do like a cosplay themed event. So they probably do 5 events per year.
So what are you, George Costanza from Seinfeld? You're double dipping. You have the one job with the company, and then on your side hustle is the event that you do at the event. Kind of,
Yes.
sort of. You double dip. High
Yes,
five. High five.
I'm more than double.
All right. Good for
You know,
triple.
these days you have to do
You
everything.
have to.
Yeah.
No, but that's great. I'm proud of you.
And
That's fantastic.
everybody knows about your Facebook group that goes to these events, or how
Mm-hmm.
do you promote the events on your Facebook group too? So it's all
Yeah.
like a great.
It's all, yeah, it goes back and forth. So all the influencers are invited to join the group.
Uh-huh.
And the group also lets influencers who don't know about the event yet, like, hey, we're looking for influencers to
Uh-huh.
get, VIP tickets. You can speak on panels, interact with brands, etc.
One thing I do with my Facebook group is that I make sure everyone gives me their email. Do you get everyone's email too?
I try. I say, do you want to receive our, how to make money with brands newsletter? And then they do or they
That's
don't.
good. Yeah, that's
Awesome.
Yeah.
good.
Awesome. And when you reach
Oh,
out,
emails are so important.
when you reach out to brands, do you have any tips for reaching out to brands to get them to join your group, or do they just organically join now?
Yeah, a lot of them organically join now, but also, any brand I work with on BlushCon or whatever, I'll invite to the group. But as for reaching out for brands, I do just for my personal blog. I am all about the follow-up. No, brands usually don't even respond on the first email because they're getting bombarded. So I will follow up at least 3 times. And I just met another micro influencer, and she has a pretty small following, although it's a beautiful brand. And she said she just got on the phone and said, who's your marketing person? And she got a whole trip booked like across America. Yeah, so if you're aggressive and
Sure.
I think reaching out to brands is just not having any fear of rejection, because you're going to get a million no's.
And you know that
Yeah.
they allocate money for this. They just got to make sure that they pick the right people.
Yeah.
And I think Lauren Francesca is the right person.
Yes, yeah.
Right?
She's a hustler.
Yes,
Yeah,
she is.
it was so cool to work with you. I met her. I did her BlushCon event and got a bunch of free Wet n Wild makeup, which was cool.
love
And like
that.
I wear the
I'm wearing the foundation now.
yeah, I'm wearing the
actually.
foundation.
So am
but
I.
also the perfume that define. What is it called? Define
Me, yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing that today too. I don't know.
nice.
Yes, I'm wearing all the stuff I got at your event, which is
Oh, that's great.
Well, that works. Like the brands seeding their products. If it's a good product, then you might have a customer for life.
yeah. You did an event last week at Fish Mary's. What was it called?
Mrs. Fish.
Mrs. Fish.
Yeah.
At Mrs. Fish for influencers. Is this a new thing you're doing now? Just a weekly influencer events or?
Yeah, we don't know how often we do it, but a brand and that restaurant approached us about doing an event, and that was our first kind of live meetup. And I think we all really enjoyed it. So
It
we're
was
going to
great.
probably do it once a month.
Yeah, the food was amazing.
Oh my
so
God,
thanks.
the food
Yeah,
is so good.
Yeah.
I've never actually heard of the restaurant before that, but now it's on my list.
Well, that was awesome. Do you have anything right now that you want to promote or talk about before we wrap this up? Because you do so much. I'm like, I don't know what. I'm like, she does Instagram, she does Facebook. What's your favorite thing or?
Well, I guess what I'm just gearing up with, we're doing a free webinar every week in the Facebook group on how to work with brands, but specifically in the travel niche. And we're launching a course, I think probably now we're going to do in January, on how to work with travel brands and get your trip sponsored.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
yeah, those are my two major projects right now.
And how can people find that group? Let's just say it again.
So you can just search on Facebook, social media influencers, brand deals only. Yeah. But if you just search social media influencers, it should pop up.
And if they don't have a lot of followers, will they get rejected, or how does that work?
Well, just make sure you have a beautiful feed that looks like,
Looks professional.
You're building. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. It doesn't look like there's a child running it or. All right. Well, amazing, guys. Make sure you follow her also on Facebook and Instagram. What's your Instagram?
It's Instagram. It's Kaila Yu, which is my name, Kailayu.
Kaila Yu, and that's also that on Facebook, right?
Yeah, Kaila Yu Uncensored.
Uncensored on Facebook. And then, are you on YouTube too yet, or?
Yeah, the Nylon Pink
Nylon
is
Pink.
just Nylon Pink official.
That's my favorite band. They're getting the band back together. Okay.
Yeah, I
Five of the greatest
gotta
girls.
listen to
Yes.
some of your music after this. Or can we actually put one of your songs at the end?
Yeah.
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 We'll do it when I post this on my YouTube channel.
And
Yeah.
when the band gets back together, can I play the tambourine?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to be part of the band too.
Yeah. You have nice nails, so.
I'm telling you, right? Yeah, ladies, yeah. And guys,
guys.
get to manicure, pedicure. I'm telling you, it works.
You're watching How to Start. I'm Lauren Francesca.
I'm Brad Grunberg.
Make sure you follow Kaila Yu. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
Thank you.
So
That's
much
great.
fun.
See you next time.